Okay, so I'm walking through LAX TSA airport security, right? And next thing I know, I see my bright Vera Bradley bag go up in the air. And they're like, whose bag is this?
All right, before we get there, we have to tell you the story from the very beginning. Hey, what's up, guys? We're heading to LAX. Of course, it's crazy traffic because it's LA. And we end up getting there a little late. So we're rushing through the airport, zooming past people, trying to get to our gate because we're at gate 35. So we're running. We get there. We have like 10 minutes to spare. 10 minutes to spare. So we're like, oh my gosh, we're freaking out. So we're like, excuse me, sorry, pardon me, and just like running. So we get to gate 35 and we don't see our flight on the board. So we're like, what is going on? So
we knew also because they were like, we were like, okay, we're here because there are still people in line. We're like, yeah. And the next thing we know, they're like, last call for boarding for San Diego.
Yeah.
Like, San Diego.
We're like, we're not going to San Diego.
Oh, crap.
So we start freaking out and we're talking to people and everything. And then they're like, well, did they tell you about a gate change? And I'm like, no, we didn't hear anything. And then,
so in the meantime, she's over here talking to the lady. I'm like waiting with my bag and I'm like, Shalise, what's going on? Like,
yeah.
She's not keeping me updated. So then that's when she looks at me and she's like, they're saying maybe the gate changed. I don't know. We're trying to figure it out. And I'm like, the gate didn't change. I reached in my pocket. I said, they just texted me this morning. Now, keep in mind we're at gate 35, right? I said, I got a text this morning. Yeah. It says right here, gate 33.
And we're like, oh no. So we start running. It looks like a ghost town. I was freaking out. I was like, oh my gosh. But then there was one little tiny flight attendant. She smiled and said, and then I was just like, I love you. He's just overhead and I was like, what?
Yeah.
While I'm running.
Yeah. Like it was legitimately like a ton of accidents that morning because we left in plenty of time, but there were just a ton of accidents. We have never like been that late to a flight before.
No, we're usually hours
Yeah,
early.
and I never like when the people like make the plane have to wait for them.
Yeah.
So we, you know what I'm saying? Like we always get there with plenty of time. Like we even will wait for hours. We got held up a lot by TSA.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going through TSA at LAX and like, you know, I have my laptop with me, so I have to take that out, put that on separately, take my shoes off. So I'm walking barefoot through LAX. So I'm like, ew. And so I'm going through and they're like, okay. So I wanted to go through like the little regular security and like the guy looked at me, he said, and I was like, so he made me go through the big one where like you have to go and like spread them and like spread your arms, spread your legs, like in the thing like x-rays you all the way across. I was like, I do not look like I have anything, but okay. I get through and I'm just like putting my shoes back on and I'm putting my laptop back in the bag and I'm like, okay, where's my other laptop? I mean, where's my overnight bag? So I'm looking and all of a sudden like up in the air I see it go and I said, and the guy said, whose bag is this? And I said, mine. And he said, come with me, ma'am. I was like, oh my God, what did I do? Like, I never have an issue in airport security. Like, I've never been pulled to the side. I never have any type of problems. So I'm like walking like behind him like a little child that's in trouble. And he says, ma'am, do you have anything sharp or dangerous in here? And like, I knew I didn't, but you know how it is when like somebody's asking you something. I said, there shouldn't be. I don't think so. I don't know. So he kind of looked at me like, so he puts his gloves on. I'm like, oh my God. And so he's digging through my bag and he pulls out my Victoria's Secret lotion. Brand new bottle. I mean, I don't even know why it was in my bag because I didn't intend to bring that. I guess because I had just like come from going somewhere else and I must have had my lotion still packed away in my bag. So he pulled it out and he looked at it and then he looked at me and I said, please. And he said, I'm sorry, I have to take this. And I said, but it's brand new. And he said, I'm so sorry. And like he was just looking at it and I'm like, your girlfriend better not end up with that. You know, he put it to the side and I'm like,
and it was a big 14.
It was a big bottle. Like the huge, like Victoria's Secret has the smaller ones and the bigger ones and it was the big one. So I thought that was it. I was like, okay, you know what? I'll get over the lotion. I'll be okay. So I'm looking like, I'm like ready to start zipping up my bag. And he's like, please, ma'am. I'm like, what? He like digs deeper inside and he's like messing all my stuff up. And I'm like, oh. Then he pulls out, y'all. He pulled out my hair products.
Ooh.
He looked at me. I looked at him and I said, no, please. And he said, I'm so sorry. Like anybody with curly hair knows you have to have your hair products, right? Like So I'm just looking at him. I said, sir, please. He was like, is there anybody you can give this to? And I was like, no. And he was like, nobody at all you can call to come get it? And I'm like, what? And he was like, well, I mean, can you run it to your car? And so y'all asked a stupid question I already knew the answer to. If I take it to my car, do I have to go through security again? He just looked at me and said, yeah. I said, oh, I'll miss my flight. And so he was like, I'm sorry, I really don't know what to tell you. I was like, okay. So while I'm over here having this dilemma, I hear another, whose bag is this? And I'll look back just to see, and guess whose bag it was?
It was mine. And I was just like, what's wrong? Because I've been watching her from afar, like kind of eyeing, like, oh, I hope everything is good. And then I turn around and my bag goes up and I'm like, oh my gosh. So he's like, come with me. And I'm just like, I hadn't even put my shoes on. So I'm like tiptoeing across the dirty airport to the little trouble corner. And I'm just like, I don't have anything. Then he starts looking through my bag. And then, you guys, he pulls out my nice Purell hand sanitizer. Literally, as soon as I saw him pull it up, I was just like, no. And I even tried to bargain with him. I was like, can I just pour some out? Can I put it in the trash? Can I use some of it? He's like, nope, you have to do that outside. And I was just standing there, and she's like,
I said, if you don't come on, you can buy some more sanitizer. So I already had an attitude. And she's up here bargaining with the man, asking him if she can pour out some hand sanitizer.
And at this point, literally, we had 5 minutes.
Literally, I'm like, Shalise, we have 5 minutes. Are you gonna miss the flight for the hand sanitizer? That's what's gonna happen, because let me know so I can get my hair products back.
And it looked like I kind of contemplated. I think I was just in shock a little bit.
I mean, y'all, when I say she spent 10 more minutes, he was like, no ma'am, anything you do has to be outside. She's like, can I put some in my hand? He's like, no, outside, you have to do it outside. She's like, can I put some in the trash? He's like, no, you have to do that outside. She's like, can I put some on the floor? I'm like, look, can you put them in the floor? Can you put it on the trash can? This is not Dr. Seuss. We gotta go, let's go. Right? I'm like, let's go. This is before we got to the wrong gate.
Yeah. Like I said, after she finally slapped me out of it, I was like, okay, yeah. So that's when we started running towards the gate.
She worried that man so bad that when we actually got to our hotel,
oh my gosh,
she reached in her bag and there was her sanitizer. So she was all happy, but I had an attitude again, because I'm like, so you were holding us up, you got to keep your hand sanitizer, going back and forth with him so hard that I guess he was like, no, you have to do it outside, and he put it in the bag by mistake. We had no idea until we actually landed. So
yeah, and I was just so happy. I think I hugged it. I'm pretty sure I hugged my hand sanitizer.
But yeah, so
that was our crazy LAX TSA security experience. Oh my gosh, it was crazy, but it made for a good story to tell. It's funny now, but it was not funny at the time. We were so
not funny at all. It took me a minute to get over that.
Yeah. Everything turned out great. We made the flight, so what more can we ask for?